On that, I told a friend a couple of years ago, I said, remember when we made that first run, it was just me and you from Colombia from Bogota to Mexico City? Yeah. And I said and in Mexico City, it was a white woman and a black woman that was kind of following us around. When we turn this way, we turn that way. I said, yeah. I said, within a half an hour, we had got with them and packed up the blow on them. He said, yeah. I said, would anybody sane do that unless he knew who they was? I said, they was the police. They was there to help us move it across. Because the first shipment, you almost want to get in on it. I did get in. So we said I wouldn't come inside this country, but I'd help it get to Mexico. And then after that, it was all smooth sailing. But the point is, when I told my partner, and he's a little bit older than me, the same year, but the point is, a lot of people are dying out. When each person dies, a big chunk of the story dies. So here's a supervisor that was managing all of them, and when they all come, they was Black Panther orientated. In fact, Johnny Bethia was Mellow Mike's best friend, but Johnny Bethia, we used to call him Shotgun. He went to Sacramento with everybody, and all of that was known right there. Everybody, and so he was over security. The supervisor was Mike, and Johnny Bethia, Shotgun, was over our security, Although his organization, like, can you imagine, they never even beat nobody up, never even, and I was talking to Mike about that a year or two ago. He said, yeah, we would have did it if you would have told us to. I said, I know you would. Y'all was wanting to do something gangster, right? Because everybody is playing the gangster role. And when you're young, you want to use that authority. And here Santa Claus is the leader of the organization. So you got to be friendly with everybody. You got to help old ladies across the street, stuff like that. I mean, like, we had one house, where we distributed certain things. The church was right over here, and our little house was right over there on 8th Street. Anyway, and my mother and all my family went to this big church. So, on Sunday morning when they come and they would park by a little distribution center, we would all stand up. You know what I mean? Oh, what you boys doing? Oh, we ain't doing nothing. We just, that type. It was really, that was the kind of community Oakland was at that time. Later on, other guys took over. And I'm saying this because I expect some attention to be paid to this. When people like Felix Mitchell and guys like that took over, they had a dynamite organization. Boy, but they was beating up people's mama. They was killing people. And the death toll went sky high. I don't even remember anybody getting killed during our time. I don't even remember. Maybe somebody did, but so that means there's years when, the Santa Claus, call it Santa Claus leadership. It was like, no, can you imagine? Now, suppose you want to buy a house. Now, in the movie, you go to the Godfather, Godfather, this, that. Suppose the Godfather is 22, 23 years old. So you come in, hey, man, my family, I trying to get a little house up the street. Well, how much you need? Oh, here you go. And man, I'm starting a little business and I can't get no customer to Well, I know business is hard to get started. What you need to hold you over. And how long you gonna need it for? Man, if I can last 6 months, I'll be in the breed, whatever they got, the black man, I'll be having this going on. And most of it was true. So we were an economic enterprise. And they can call, like right now, Mukhtar and Khadijah talking out the side of their mouth. Ask them one thing they have done in Oakland. Ask them what they've done at the Masjid. Most of the time in the last 10, 12 years that they've been there, the water has been off, the ceilings be falling. Remember saw the picture? And once they get it looking halfway decent, they send me a picture. See, we doing it over here. I said, for 5 years, the place was falling down. And the police tell you to fix it up and send some pictures maybe to make me mad or something stupid like that. Okay, the point is that right now, since the people are passing away that remember what we were doing, it's time now to tell that part of the story. That there was in the United States only one black economic enterprise zone. Now, everybody could tell you, oh, what he said was happening. If some of his friends was boxers, he would tell them, get the auditorium. That means you get the Oakland auditorium, you get all of this, that, and other, and just give me back what I gave you and any tickets, anything. Okay. We're all in our early 20s. What really happened is the people didn't have management skill at that age. And now if they'd been to the university, they might have read a book on management and leadership, so they'd have just a general idea. Okay. So what happened was when the police came and they saw, remember I show you one picture that has a picture, it looks like a Black Panther outfit, with the black leather jacket, all that. Then I had another one with all the big white mink and black and white mink and all of that. And I said, this right here is a disguise. Okay, at that time I had enough sense to read the newspapers and I knew everybody like this are getting killed. Not only in Oakland, all over the country, there's an open season. Wearing this stuff right here is the same as wearing a target. And you can be shot on sight. So I took that off, and the other is a disguise. If they think that you, a low-class Negro, gonna spend all your money on pretty clothes and big cars, so I brought a whole slew of cars. I just brought cars. I'd buy cars all the time. Just another car, park them over here, and I had to pay somebody to wash them and drive them, everything, But for those 2 years, from 1968 to 1970, we had a free ride. Okay, now that's 2 years is not a long time now, but it was a long time then. So all of a sudden, they realize what we're doing. The police, because every time something come up, and people are studying, they say, man, this guy has more employees than the city of Oakland. Like they got the city of D.C. hire all of, and they was counting these employees, and they were counting the people. And one of my partners told me, hey man, you got more people working for you than the city. Now you got to think about that. That means in a city like D.C., okay, Oakland, well, let's say 400,000 people D.C. at that time, maybe 500,000. So that means all them city people driving trucks and all of them doing is what they do around. Our organization got that many people working for it. They're all paying, right, their taxes. They're all living in houses that they either rent or buy, right? That means that that's why Oakland it has such a, when they talk about that era, all the friends that we have, when they talk about an era that's fun and not, they keep going back 50 years. I said, I'm not into that no more. That was 1,000 years ago. I have to keep notes to memorize, but for them, that was the high point of life, see? And that's what everybody realizes, that when they think about the high point in life, they think back to that era. Jobs, homes, cars, fun. And it's all black. You know what I mean? It's all black. And that was kind of like Martin Luther King's idea about black economic enterprise zones, right? Now you can imagine when I come home from prison and when I go all over the world, when I do all of that, when I came back on this side, when I went places like, you could check with anybody who was in exile at that time, we gave them money. They didn't give us money. We took money to them. And people like Dr. John Branyan said, I wouldn't have gave them all that money. You know, like, can you imagine? After you get so much money, what are you going to do with it? Tell the truth. After you got all the cars you can think of, okay, this is what they're worried about. Now imagine what we did right here in D.C. with all these people. We won't call them police or nothing because we don't care. They work for the city or whoever, or the government, it's okay. But look what we did right here, and add that with what we did around the country, right? And what things were like around here 10, 15 years ago, right? It was the hub. All the demonstrations, all of this, that, right? It was the hub. Okay. And that was without, we couldn't pay all kind of salaries. We couldn't do all that. But the hub of activity here, out there, you know, it was active. Now, can you imagine? They come around, some people come around, and they don't produce nothing, absolutely nothing, right? And they're trying to convince you. See, you got to remember, when all the people is on one side against you, they're trying to convince you. And they're trying to use that old psychological peer group pressure thing. If everybody say this, right, you're by yourself. What do you say? Well, I say just what I'm telling them now. Y'all blew it. You did it, and remember, they did all this dumb stuff out in the open for the world to see. So what can they say to us? If you go back to the gangster period, to the black period, right? We're the only people that was here in America that left and helped the movement overseas. Nobody, I'm sorry. Nobody helped them. They was over there by themselves with no help from no except the little stipend that they might get from the Algerian government, which is going to be enough for soup and beans and stuff. Right? But you're not going to be able to go over here, go over there, and do all. You're not going to be mobile. And the people here, they're under so much pressure, they ain't got no money to send you. They're raiding Panther headquarters and all the black liberation offices all over America. They're raiding them, putting them in jail, shooting them down in the street. You know what I mean? So nobody can raise money for you and you over there sad. That's why many of them would come back. Like Sekou came back, Imam Jamil them came back. Why? They couldn't make a living over there. That's why they came. I didn't come back for that reason. I came back because I had made a living, and I came back over here and really made a living. Now imagine when you come